We good? Are we good? I think we. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yes. Hi guys, I'm just checking to see if we're live. Um, well, guys, how's everybody doing out there? Your alpha is here. The pack is still growing, as always. Happy Sunday, I should say. Um, Running a little late. I said it was supposed to be, and I changed the date. I changed the time, like 9:15, and I'll do it again. And whatever. Sometimes you're running a little late. Anyway, guys, this is the first Q&A of the month of February, 2020. This, as you guys know, I'm doing something a little differently now, meaning that there's going to be a live and then there's going to be a pre-recorded, meaning the pre-recorded one I can have a lot more fun with. I can do the backgrounds and everything like that. I can just have fun and things like that. Where here it's live. I can't really change too much stuff, too much. But yeah, guys, I'm here as always. And thanks to Deadpoolzilla, Mr. Multiverse. He actually gave me a good idea for a new shirt to put into my store. Now that I have officially, we are now 10,000 strong. You should now start seeing links and things to like legitimate seeing items underneath me. I think you can only see it so far when you're on mobile. You can see like, or you can now go to my store and you can see like my t-shirts, and you can get a hoodie, hoodies, cups, pillows, and also covers for like your phones. I think there's a couple of iPhones covers. I know a lot of people have iPhones, so I thought I'd make an iPhone cover for people in my store. But definitely hoodies and shirts. I'm still coming up with new ideas, and DPZ or Mr. Multiverse on Blair has given me an idea of a new one, and not just a pack, but the Wolf Legion, because we are Legion, which means many. Legion, remember Legion from Mass Effect, we are Legion. It's cool. So definitely I'm gonna work on that as well. I know you guys got probably a lot of interesting questions for me, I hope, and I can give you some interesting answers. But I also wanted to, before we really get started into the questions, because I'm starting to see questions starting to pop up right here. The first thing I also wanted to tell you guys is that what goes on my Valera channel. I think, as you all know, that's where a couple of my friends are, because of what has happened on here on YouTube. They're messing up their algorithm, and once again for Mr. J, it just came from they thought he was a bot because he was commenting on too many comments so rapidly. I do that. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So you take off his channel because of him answering multiple questions just like that. If you were a speed typer, you could do that. I don't get that. That was weird. Anyway, so what goes on my Valera channel, once again, that I probably have to put it in the description down below if you want to go there. Most of the stuff that I do here, I do add it to my Valera channel, like Geek Thoughts, my movie and TV reviews. I recently just put up my Bad Boys 3, and I did my review of The Witcher, and I put it both here and on Blair. But there are going to be some exclusive stuff that's going to go over on Blair, like that used to be here. It's no longer going to be here anymore. Like, for example, characters why I like them, that's going on Blair. So if you want to see me talk about characters and getting to know them, especially if it's a character you never really heard of and you want to get to know a little bit more, that's where you're going to have to find it. There are going to be some exclusive stuff, even from like there could be an exclusive Geek Thoughts segment just for Blair. and not for here. So there's going to be different things. um, I want to give a shout out to all you guys that came out and enjoyed my second Mount Vernon Kid Try video, where I took a trip to Jollibee and had a great time. I filmed down there, and you know, I had a good time trying that food for the first time. I never had Jollibee, but I kept hearing all friends, especially friends on who live on the West Coast, that follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, are basically saying, "Yeah, you should try it. Like, it's really good," and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. I want to give also a shout out to everybody who said, "Props to you, sir, for giving that homeless man food." Uh, I'll do that anytime I can. You give a little, but I know a lot of people was laughing at it, and Malcolm was laughing at it too, because you could hear the gentleman talking, and he's like, "Was that a camera?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yes, sir, it's a camera." And he's like, and he was coming around, and I was like, Please don't get my shot. Like, don't get my shot," because I had the camera set up just the way I want. And if he had came in, he would have knocked my tripod over with my camera. So I was like, "Please don't give my shot." But and then he said something like, "I ain't got shit." And so I was like, "Here, here's a chicken." And I gave it to him. And I know a lot of people have said, "Thank you. That's cool that you did that." We'll do that. I mean, it's New York, guys, and in New York City, you'll see a lot of like homeless, and it's legit homeless, like guys, women on the street, especially in Times Square. You'll see a lot, and they're just sitting there with a cup, and just trying to stay warm. Sometimes they'll stay over like one of those heaters that the subways come over and sit there. It's not like it doesn't happen everywhere else, but you know it's sometimes you do what you can and you give what you can. If I do have some money on me, I will give it. If I can. I'm not a monster, or anything like that, or because you never know. You could be in that person's shoes. Karma may hit you. Karma could be a bitch. But yeah, Valera is fun. I'm still growing. DP or Deadpool or Mr. Multiverse, as he called over there, just reached. He got partnership over there. So congratulations to my brother over there. He's doing well, and that's fine. But yeah, we are once again. I got it. I constantly got to keep saying this, guys, to you guys. Thank you so much. We have reached 10,000. I'm actually over 10,000 now. Our last time I count, it's 10,037. So we got 10,037 pack members or legion. So I appreciate that so much. As always, we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep growing. And I did say, like, once I reach 10,000, I may do a raffle or something, to a giveaway raffle. I'm still working on thinking of what to do. Maybe I'll make a geek bundle box and just put things in it that maybe people will like, gift cards and stuff like that. And I'll do it like a month raffle. Like, you gotta watch my vids because I'm gonna give clues and things like that. Once you give it, all those people who are keep answering the questions or participate, I'll enter your name in the raffle, and at the end of the month or so, we'll pull out the winner, and I'll ask for your personal address where you need me to send the item to, and I'll send it to you. That would be my way of saying thank you. That's coming soon. But in terms of the try videos, they're fun. I'm gonna get some more things to try that I've never tried before, and probably and definitely you will see me go on location to the location again, instead of just doing here in my home. Be on location like I did with Jollibees. I really enjoyed everybody who liked that video because that was fun to do. I know there was probably a little bit of an audio problem because my voice was a little low. It was loud in there, and it was loud. So I was speaking actually as loud as I can without scaring somebody. So it's loud in there. But one thing I will say is that the chicken is great. The sweet spaghetti is great. The peach mango pie. Oh God, that shit is great. The chicken sandwich is actually good too because it's like got like a garlic herb sauce, and then like that hits you real quick. You're like, whoa. Um, but yeah, had a lot of fun. So once again, thank you all again for that. Ran my mouth off just praising you guys, thanking you, and telling you about my Blair channel. But let's get to the questions. That's what you guys are here for. So yeah, we're gonna get to the questions. Let's see what's the first question. Everybody just saying, hey Chris, how's everybody doing? Burn Honor 7 High. YouTube is being run on insane troll logic. That's from Warhawk. Oops, sorry. Get the camera. Okay. Let's see. Dark Promise asks the question. What would you say if the next Morbius trailer had a cameo of Jake Gyllenhaal? If they do another trailer of the Morbius and we see Jake Gyllenhaal or something, then I'm gonna be like, where the hell is this taking place? Because I'm gonna just like the Michael Keaton just was just like, wait, what? Where is this taking place? You know, it's crazy. Nathan Beck says, with the rumors of Rick Jones coming to the MCU, who would you like to see play the role? Also, which movie would you put him in? Yeah, there's a rumor. There's rumors that Marvel Studios is planning to finally bring Rick Jones into the MCU. A lot of us have said all the time, Rick Jones should have been in the MCU a long time ago. You know, he should have been in Incredible Hulk or so. And for me, Rick is not just a classic, but he's an iconic supporting character. He has been a supporting character and a meaningful supporting character that went somewhere. You know, it's kind of like you I don't want to say he's like Jimmy Olsen, because in my opinion, as iconic as Jimmy Olsen is, where did Jimmy Olsen really go outside of Superman's universe? Nowhere. I've got to be honest, he didn't. Rick has been in all over the Marvel universe. If he's not with Bruce, he was with Captain America. If he wasn't with Captain America, he was with the Team Brigade. If he wasn't with the Team Brigade, he was with Captain Marvel. He was Captain Marvel for a while. He became A-Bomb. See where he went. The problem with Rick Jones also is that Coulson took that spot. Phil Coulson basically took the spot of that in a sense, and that's just a shame. But in terms of Rick Jones, I would think I would want him. I would probably want him to be in the She-Hulk show. Like I would want him to kind of stay local, like She-Hulk. I know a lot of people probably saying maybe Captain Marvel 2, but maybe She-Hulk, and where he can meet Jennifer, and but also acknowledge that he has met Bruce. Because it's so easy to just say, yeah, I know Bruce. You know, we don't know. They could have already met, because they don't show Bruce's origin as the Hulk. So we could just say, yeah, he did meet Bruce. As for who could play Rick Jones, I don't want him being a teenager. I want him at least be in his early 20s, like maybe 25, 29. And that's kind of a tough one. You got to find a guy who could pull that role off. But like I said, I don't want him to be a teenager. I do want him to be like in his early 20s, late 20s, 25, 20, somebody from the range of 24 to 30. That's what I'm looking for. As for, like I said, who can cast him, I have no clue right now, Nathan. Maybe that's a video I'll do. You know what? Maybe that's a video. That's an opinion spot right there. There you go. Yeah, guys, you can request opinion spot segments. I put that in the community chat as well. I've seen some people add some stuff. So thank you. I am working on a project for the opinion spot. Being that it's February, I'm doing something in terms of underrated Black Marvel heroes. So there's going to be like, I think 20 or 15 or 10 of them that maybe you never heard of, but But when I tell you what they can do and everything like that, you're like, whoa, how come Marvel doesn't use them more? I'm working on that. I've been giving hints of it on my Facebook, like giving images of a couple of people. Travis Titman says, do you not trust the liberal or conservative because they are both corrupt? When we please don't talk about politics too much here, because I don't I'm politics to me is just corrupt regardless. So I really don't talk about politics too much. They say all the things you want to hear, but
the less said about politics, bro.
Right. Yeah, let's because yeah, we're moving on because like I said,
it never veers into a good thing.
Yeah, because you to me they say what they want you to hear, but they don't. Don't get me wrong. There are some politicians that I'm like, all right, but it is what it is. Marion, what do you think makes David Anderson from Mass Effect such a great character in your opinion? Keith David. Keith David. And how much of an influence he was on the character of Shepard. And seeing him die was just like, oh fuck, like and you can't do anything about it. It's like, what the fuck? Like it just that's why 3 always is gonna get a bad rep, because it basically, as much as they tried to change the thing, the fact of the matter is everything you did up until then meant shit. They've always said, there'll be consequences for everything you do. Your actions are going to have consequences in the sequel. You didn't see that. You didn't see that in the 3rd one. But David Anderson, Keith David playing that role, his voice coming out of it was just great. And one thing about Mass Effect, and that is why, as great as the game was, it opened up so many doors. There was like, they could have done, outside of the main story, BioWare could have done several spin-off games focusing on one of those characters. Like, what was this character like before they met Shepard? Like, to me, I would have loved to see what every time I talk with Jack, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell did they do to her? Like, I would have loved to see the things that you could have done with Jack. I would have loved to see a game focused on Garrus when he was Archangel. David Anderson, he talked about, meeting when he was up for Spectre, why he didn't become a Spectre. There was so many. That's why Dark Horse started putting out them comics, because it was like, that game, as great as that game was, it opened the door of like, okay, there's so much these characters have. Their backstory is so cool. Thane, I would have loved this, like, that's kind of an Assassin Creed's like game with Thane. How cool would that have been? Like, that'd been cool. I'm just saying. But yeah, David Anderson, good character. Will Miser, do you like that Ezra Miller cameo in? Did I like the Ezra Miller cameo in Crisis? And what do you think that means? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I didn't mind it. That was probably the biggest surprise, to see the movie Flash meet TV Flash, and him like, wait, Flash? Like, remember, he still doesn't have a name in that. He never called himself the Flash. So he's like, Flash. I didn't mind it. I like that they were messing with each other's suits. Like, that's a cool suit. Like, it's looks like it's tight, or it looks like it's comfortable, things like that. I didn't mind it. I think it was just made for show, but I know a lot of people that got people talking about, okay, what does this mean? But it is what it is. It was just meant for shock value, in my opinion, and it worked. It got people talking. And from what I heard, nobody knew he was on set. Like, when they were about to shoot that, he was incognito the whole time before they shot that scene. Like, he was in trailers, I think under hoods, all kinds of stuff. Like, nobody knew he was there. Hey Chris, hey Caroline. what was it? Do you like heel Britt Baker, and does she remind you of a little bit of Kane as Isaac Yankum DDS? Well, I haven't really gotten to see her as a heel too much. Malcolm more has, and I mean, I've seen a little bit. Like you saw the seeds being planted, but Malcolm saw more of it because I missed the episode where she had her first match as a heel, right?
Yeah, and she lost.
And she lost. Um, I don't mind that they're playing up her real occupation because she is a dentist. But her move is just Malcolm said it best. I've never seen a move that can get countered so easily.
No, I've seen a move that can easily be get countered either, for instance, the stroke.
Yeah.
My thing is, I've never seen a submission finisher that is easily countered into a pinfall.
There you go. Yeah, right. So
she's always losing by it. She goes for the lockjaw. She gets rolled up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, I mean she to me, when I first saw her, I was like, she looks more like a heel. I constantly say that. And a lot of podcasters like Solid Monster and people like that have said the same thing. She looks heelish. She looks like a heel. Even her move, to me, that whole of like, yeah, give me your face, and like it seems like a heel tactic and things like that.
The Mandible Claw always came across.
Yeah, that came off more like a
vicious. It's like somebody putting their finger in your
right.
mouth.
Like you take your finger, and it's not just you're putting it in your mouth. It's basically you're taking the fingers and you're pushing your finger down the nerves in your mouth. So that you ever put your finger in your mouth and go down here and push down hard, how hard and filled with a lot of force, how aching your mouth will feel because all those nerves in your mouth and things like that. So I don't mind her as a heel, but the thing about it once again is that AEW's women division needs to get their ass in check big time because they're just it is what it is, like I said. Next up, let's see, what was the next one? Caroline says, do you think we'll see Black Cat in the Sony movies or in the MCU? Most likely it's Sony because they're still doing that Black and Silver movie. It's just been put on hiatus. You know, the Black Cat and Silver Sable movie together. I don't get it. I mean, I like Silver Sable, but I don't necessarily scream, oh, she needs a solo movie. She needs a movie. If she just shows up in someone else's movie, like a Spider-Man, that'd be fine. You see how they played her off in the Spider-Man game? Perfect. There you go. Dark Promise. What do you think will be the box office projection for Black Widow? I don't know. I don't go into that. I really don't. You know,
I always hope for a movie to at least make their money back.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what matters for you is if you like it.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of movies that make a lot of money, but they're not necessarily good.
I'm sorry about that. I gotta check something. Okay. So what's next? Caroline says, would you like to see Felicia Jones still play her or someone else? Play who? Black Cat? I don't know. I don't care. I really don't. You know, if anything, I care is would be really cool is see what they may go for is that she may don a white wig, but it would be cool is like Felicia Hardy's hair is white. Like I want to really like have somebody with a white hair, and that's not because they're old. There are people out there that have white hair, and it's not because they're old. It just happens. I would want that. I definitely want somebody who's looks physically fit to like do like acrobatic stuff and things like that. I don't want, or that she better get into good shape for that. She doesn't need to be muscular, but she does need to look fit. You know,
That's what we got.
that's for sure. Let's see. Let's what was that? Do you think Blade will show up in the Morbius movie? No, I do not. Uh, no, I do not. I don't think Blade is going to show up in the Morbius movie. Thank you. Because that's MCU. Blade is fully Marvel. Morbius is Sony based. So I don't think so. And nor should he. You know, excuse me. Um, what Mass Effect character? What Mass Effect character do you hate? Well, I don't like the elusive man. You can go fuck himself. You know, Kyle. As cool as Kylo Ren was, no Kylo. I said Kylo Ren. What the hell is his name? He was the assassin that worked for Cerberus. He's the guy that stabbed Thane. Oh man, what was his name? Oh, look him up real quick. Uh, mm, oh God, what was he killed by? Yeah, Kai Ling. I said Kai Ling. As cool as Kai Ling was, I was glad when he got killed. When you were able to kill him, because when he, you know, Thane was already dying anyway from his Kepler disease. But you know, for a guy dying, he was still able to fight. And I was like, yeah, look at Thane go. And you know, and then he got stabbed. I was like, fuck, hope you fucking die. So yeah, those are two people I hated. Um, I think I got a little tired of Miranda. I like Miranda, but I was getting tired of her snotty attitude at times. Like, you know, she's like, I'm perfect, you know, and Little Miss Perfect. And I'm like, well, you're not that perfect. You're not even that strong of a biotic. You know, if you take her into the suicide mission, um, where the biotic has to hold up the shield so that the swarm of bugs don't get to you, she'll get all you kill. She'll die. She's not strong enough. You either go in that suicide mission with Jack, who is the most powerful human biotic, or Samara. Nobody else. You don't go in there with nobody else because they'll get you killed. You'll die.
I really think that all of Miranda's moments of saying I'm the best was supposed to be the opposite effect. We're supposed to be telling you that don't believe
right, don't believe her. You know, like she did this, and you know, and even when you do Jack's loyalty mission, and when Jack and her kind of get into it, and you know, she basically like the cheerleader won't admit that what Cerberus did to me was, and she's all like, it wasn't Cerberus. It's like Miranda. We just saw them talk about it. Like it's just weird. I don't hate Miranda, but I just sometimes her little snotty attitude was getting on my nerve. Like, you know, when Shepard needed to put her in her place, I was like, yeah, please put her in her place. You know, at times. Caroline says, what Marvel Disney Plus show are you looking forward to the most? Right now, the Falcon Winter Soldier one. That's what I'm looking, and that's coming in August. This August, can't wait to see that. I'm looking forward to that. Just seeing that little clip of Sam throwing the shield, I was like, look how he's throwing the shield. That's perfect. That's the perfect way. Why is it perfect? He's throwing it like a, you know, how the Olympic discus thrower. Him putting more velocity there because let's face it, Sam's not a super soldier. He's a soldier in the MCU, but he's not a super soldier. Cap can throw that no problem but Sam needs a little bit more oomph, and that's perfect. I want to see how they portray John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, in that. The rumors that the Thunderbolts are supposed to be in this show. I just want to see that chemistry between Sam and Bucky, how that's going to get along more, and where this is going to go for the meaning of those two characters for the course of the rest of the MCU, because these shows are going to also have a point to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe period. These shows are connected. They're not like just like kind of like the Netflix shows or something like that. No, they're connected. Long time no see, Chris. What's up, Juan? Teen Brigade. Not Team Brigade. Teen Brigade. Look it up. They were a classic team, and Rick Jones was on it. They were like old school. They were like the first teenage hero team of Marvel. I think that Rick Jones and Falcon's nephew. I think about Rick Jones and Falcon's nephew. Falcon doesn't have a nephew. He has a brother, but he doesn't have a nephew. Don't believe what you saw on that cartoon. That's not real. Falcon has a brother. He doesn't have a nephew. You looking forward to the next Spider into the first? Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that, especially Miguel O'Hare. I'm sure they're bringing Miguel O'Hare. Spider-Man 2099. That's gonna be cool. Will Monza, did you see the Birds of Prey movie yet? And if so, do you think it's better? I did not see the Birds of Prey movie. I do not plan to go see it. So there you go. What there some much bad marketing? Wait, hold on. Was there you man? Okay, you mean basically you're trying to say was there some much bad marketing in the film? I think basically Travis, you're trying to say is the marketing. It's all over the place. I'm not trying to be a grammar hound, but yeah, gotta fix that. Was there bad marketing with Birds of Prey? No, let alone it just focused too much on Harley. And once again, as I said before, this movie should have just been called Harley Quinn, because to me, this gives no real enthusiasm to like you see the other characters, and it's just like they're kind of second fiddle to who's the main star. This should have just been a Harley Quinn movie. Perfect. Instead, now you're incorporating other iconic DC heroines into this movie. Black Canary, Huntress, some form of Cassandra Cain, which is not. Renee Montoya, you're not. Let's see. Marion asks, what was your reaction to hearing the classic Godzilla theme in King of Monsters? There you go. Next question comes from Will Meiser. Once again, says Will Meister, excuse me. Did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse remind you of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions? Somewhat. A little. Yeah, a little. What's that saying? Flattery is a imitation is a
This was a case of art imitating art.
Yeah, or yeah, art of something like that. I can't remember. It's some of the imitation is flattering or something like that.
Imitation the best case of flattering.
There we go. Well, have you played the Outer Worlds? If so, what do you think of it versing Fallout? I've never played Outer Worlds, so I can't give you an answer to that one. I played one Fallout. I had played for one Fallout. I forgot which one. I think I played the last one that came out for 360. I'm not 360 for Xbox One. I forgot what it was called. Nathan Mix, have you seen the nope, and please do not. I don't want to see promo for what Kristen Wiig is going to look like as Cheetah. I do not want to see it. That right there, I want to be surprised. I don't want to see it. And I've told people if they put it on my page or tag me in it, don't expect me to go see it. Well, look at it because I'm gonna remove it real quick because I don't want to see it. I've even said it. When they put out a new Wonder Woman trailer and she's in it as Cheetah, I don't want to see her fully. They better just show her eye and that's it. I do not want to see her as full Cheetah. I don't want to see it. I want to be shocked with that one, because I think a lot of people are scared of how Cats did. That made Dark Horse, how come some heroes like Wonder Woman and the Flash never call themselves by their hero names in the DCEU? I don't know. Flash, I'm guessing Wonder Woman, Diana. I mean, she didn't take that name. I mean, well, she didn't create it. Somebody gave it to her. So, and still, we haven't seen maybe when she will get that name. I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, Manos is there. Hi, Manos. Let's see, where was I? Marion, if you were in a relationship with Liara in the first Mass Effect game, you could tell that losing Shepard really affected her in the second game. Of course it did. It affected everybody. I mean, it didn't just affect her, it affected everybody. But yeah, you could see Liara did have it. I mean, she became the shadow. Well, then she became the shadow broker. She came later, but before that, you could see when she was back on her when she was I forgot what planet she was on, but yeah, just her. She was talking like her mother in terms of have you ever seen in the Sorry unit? I can flay you with my mind. As soon as Shepard, she flipped that off real quick. So yeah, it affected her. It did. It affected everybody. They thought he was dead. Warhawk, Rambo, Transformers movies are an example of movies that ain't good but make money. There's a couple more.
But
that is definitely.
But majority that is an example. I would say the first one don't mind, but
the first one
more became just cash.
Yeah, the first one definitely I enjoyed. After that, there was no real story for me to really oh wow, that was great. 2 to me was an atrocity, especially to the character of Optimus Prime. Just seeing him, the way he was acting, I'm like, this dude's bloodthirsty. Food, you could turn off the food and everything. It's just bloodthirsty. He's a fucking bloodthirsty. Like him talking about, I'll give me your face and all that other stuff. And sure, it was good to see devastation and all those, but it was just these are just cash grabs now. And that last one, I haven't seen any of the last Transformers. The only Transformer movie I want to see, and I haven't watched it yet, is Bumblebee. That's the only one I want to see because that pays more respect to G1 and feels more like G1. I'm down with that, you know. But yeah, I'm Bay formers, please.
My whole point is we got some people with all that, but this movie, this movie made a lot of money. Yes, it made a lot of money. But if you're gonna base, or this movie is better because so that's based by that mindset. Transformers is cinematically and in terms of writing is a better movie than Terminator 2, which objectively the majority opinion would be that's not the case.
Mm.
You base Terminator 2 and Transformers or Bayformers. I don't think you're gonna get them and go, oh man, Transformers are better written movie.
Yes.
Hell no.
No, hell no. Juan asks me, DeWitt Dragon, should Slender Man be a Hellboy villain? No. Hellboy, if no.
What does Slender? I never really read all of his creepypasta. What does Slender Man do on in terms of a physical level that he would come across as a formidable person for Hellboy?
Even the movie, I just saw it and I'm just like, I don't know. Nathan asks me, we have rumors going around that Crossbones is going to make a comeback in MCU. When do you think we'll see him? Falcon and Winter Soldier? I don't want to see Crossbones come back because he died. He wasn't brought back to life unless they have somebody else taking over. And if I'm correct, there's never been anybody else to play Rumlow, aka Crossbones. Nobody's ever. Crossbones was the same guy. Nobody else took up that mantle. So don't bring him back. He's dead. He didn't die by Thanos. He blew himself up. Don't bring him back. Bring Red Skull back, yes, but no, not him. Dark, what do you think would happen if Disney brought Sony instead of Fox? If the mouse bought Sony instead of Fox, basically it would be more like, okay, we got Spider-Man fully back now under Marvel completely, like film. Because I think people need to understand is that Marvel owns the TV rights, comics and stuff like that. Sony just owns the movies. That's it. Marvel has everything else except movie rights. That's why the partnership between them is like that. Computer bots. Hey Chris, I hope all is well with you. What do you think of the issue 1 of X-Men Fantastic Four #2, volume 2? Because that's the second time they're doing it. Are you with the Fantastic Four or the X-Men when it comes to Franklin? I haven't read it yet. I'm definitely going to read it, but as of right now, I'm with the FF in this because now it's becoming to the point where if you're a mutant, it's like, oh, you got to go to Krakoa. No, that shouldn't be there. That should be their choice. And Franklin, that's his choice, not the X-Men. And the way the covers are making it seem like the X-Men are, there's always new X-Men characters kind of weaning him over there. Like Franklin is a mutant and he's a powerful mutant. I think he's an Omega level mutant. The dude can create his own universes. Like, come on, you know. But it's up to him. That's Franklin's choice, not theirs. And if it start coming to blows where his family, the FF, Sue, and Reed have every right to be like, no, you're not taking our son. No. If you do, you're gonna have a fight with us. Their family. That's their blood. That's, you know. So in some ways, right now, even when they announced that they're doing another X-Men Fantastic Four crossover, I was with the FF when it came down when I saw the synopsis of what this one means, because they were teasing this since Hickman got on X-Men, that first issue where the Fantastic Four fought Sabretooth and Mystique and all of them, and then Cyclops comes and was like, we're taking them back, you know, and they're looking at Cyclops. No, the hell you're not. Like, they tried to rob this. They're going with us. And then it's like, okay, yeah, you could keep Creed, no problem, you know. And he's just like, oh yeah, and Sue, tell your son whenever he wants to come home. I'm like, wait, what? Like, this is ridiculous. I was like, you know what? Come on, Scott. Like, chill with that. Don't become Dick Summers again. Chill with that. Dark Promise says, oh no, excuse me, wrong term. Daryl, they're going to put Blade in the Morris movie just to put him as secondary to the white character. Okay. All right. No. All right. First off, they're not putting Blade in anything. Okay. Number two, don't make it a race thing. That's the first thing right there. If you're going that route,
no, that should just be the main important.
That right there. If you're going that route, we got nothing to talk about. Don't make it a race thing. Okay. Right there. Blade is not going to be, because he's not with Sony. He's with Marvel. And his character is a part of Phase 5. So you're not going to see Mahershala Ali in any Sony-based Marvel movie. Period. And that's it.
Here's the thing. Unless you got and this goes for any subject matter, unless you got evident proof, do not make it a race.
Yeah, do not make it a race.
Because all it's going to when it comes out that it has nothing to do with race, all it's going to do is just make you look foolish.
Right.
No matter what race you are.
Exactly. I became an uncle. Congratulations, Travis. Congratulations. Okay. Yeah. Is it true that in the behind the scenes of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that Warner Brother characters and Disney characters got into a fist fight? What the hell? I don't know. I know there's a lot of characters that were gonna be in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but didn't make the cut. Popeye was gonna be in it. There's a couple other classic characters. It's funny because that's the one movie. Eddie Murphy now, if he watches it, he kind of like shakes his head because that was the movie. That was the only movie that Eddie Murphy turned down. He's never turned down any other movie except for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was going to be Eddie Valiant, not Bob Hoskins, the late Bob Hoskins. That blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, "What? That was crazy." And then when I hear stuff like that, I go and I'm like, "How would that have been? Like Eddie Valiant as Eddie Murphy?" As much as I love Eddie, I was like, "Nah, that Bob Hoskins played that role too well." Carol, Mr. formerly known as did a shout out for you on his letter. I know that. I watched it. Your thoughts on Marty Scroll becoming ROH Booker? I'm not really too much into ROH. I heard about it. Congrats. That's all I can say. But I hear through like podcasters and stuff. Marion, favorite Soundwave moment in Transformers Prime? You've asked me this question before, and I've said the same answer. Just his just silent take is just when he silently. I like when he's just recording people. Like, yeah, I record everything. Those are moments right there. Like, you can't hide anything from him. Um, Darfron, what story would you like to see the Spider Verse sequel take? Well, basically, if they can go, if they can go more the route of the first Spider Verse movie, that'd be cool. But if it's just an original story, that's fine. I'm all for originality too. Like, so just go original. Um, Nathan Banks, with Superman and Lois coming to the CW and having their own show coming up, what do you think we can expect? Well, um, from some of the cast I've seen, I know Lana Lane is going to be in the show, and she's going to have a very abusive husband, I think. So I'm like, oh shit. From what I think that we've already know that they've already casted the twins or the two sons. I know one of them is going to be young Jonathan. We don't know who the other one's going to be, but because of what happened with the crisis, they have two sons now, and one of them is going to be a gamer, and the other one's going to be a jock. So that's going to be fun, but we don't know if they're going to have powers. Um, I think they said Lois still works for the Daily Bugle, but Clark doesn't. I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, that's different. I think they said that may happen, but definitely Lana Lane is definitely. Um, we may see Diggle, coming to be a supporting character because remember, Diggle's moving to Metropolis with his family, so we may see Diggle sometime there and maybe focus on him becoming working as a Green Lantern because there's no way they did that without him, without having some kind of plan. That nobody can tell me that wasn't a ring, a Green Lantern ring in that. Sure and it was smart that they did that, put it in a box because if it had just popped and it just fell on the floor and he picked it up and it started going, everybody would have known that. So it was kind of crucial that they put that. But still, once he opened the box and it was green, we all knew Diggle is a Green Lantern. He's going to be a Green Lantern. Um, Hopefully, we see a lot of more of we see Brainiac for sure. Brainiac for sure. That's one thing. Um, you know, with Lex on Supergirl, I still would love to see Lex come back on Supergirl from in some time. Parasite, another one of my favorite Superman villains. Um, maybe a re-informed Livewire because she kind of was changing at one point. So I don't. It's just a lot of cool things. But that's been greenlit. The Green Arrow and the Black Canaries has not. I'm looking forward more to the Stargirl show too. Cause JSA baby. How ironic is that? You got Luke Wilson on Stargirl, and Owen Wilson is going to be in the Loki TV series. How look at that? Both brothers working superhero shows. Uh, Dark Promise. Do you think that Harley Quinn is starting to get overexposed? She's been overexposed. Ain't started. She's been overexposed. That's no question about that. She's been overexposed for a long time. Um, Carolyn, how would you like to see the dynamic between Diana and Cersei's in the movies if we get to see Cersei's in that? Cat and mouse game. Almost to the point where she knows she's better than one Diana, and she can instantly take her out like that. But just a cat and mouse between them, and it basically the underdog story of Diana overcoming Cersei's. Okay, Nicholas HK, how you doing? Do you like '90s hip hop? Favorite artist? Of course, I like '90s hip hop. I grew up in the '80s, so it's '80s hip hop where we're first, and then of course '90s. My favorite hip hop artist. That's a long list, but I can give you a few. Um, and just talking about hip hop, I love me some Snoop. I love Biggie, Nas, uh, Eric B. and Rakim. Rakim, legend to me. Um, EPMD, Eric Sherman and all. I'm old school. I'm more old school. I mean, I do like artists. Some artists now, like love Kendrick. I like J. Cole, but most of the hip hop artists I love, are either still going, but they were big in the '90s or so, like things like that. Nathan Banks, have you seen the Hollow Man movie that came out in 2000? You talking about Kevin Bacon? I saw clips of it today, and boy, did Kevin Bacon play that role well. Yeah, Kevin Bacon loves playing actually villains. I watched him do an interview when he was talking about his most iconic roles, and he talked about, he likes playing villains because he has a lot more free range. And yeah, he did play that role. Him and Elizabeth Shue were really good in that movie. Um, and one of the things I also, it basically Hollow Man is what the Invisible Man, this new Invisible Man was. I actually want to see this new Invisible Man. This kind of cool to me. But yeah, I enjoyed the Hollow Man. It's funny. Kevin Bacon has always stated that he wanted to be uh, Shing Freddy Krueger. I, I know I grew up with Robert Englund, and the last Freddy, with I forgot the actor's name, but I think Mr. Bacon could have nailed it. Okay, what's your favorite Disney heroine and why? Mulan. Don't even just you don't even know. Mulan is my number one favorite movie Disney heroine. Um, this the sacrifices that she made and the courage that it took to do what she did. I respect that the most with her. And being and read and not just from the movie, but also reading the true story of Fa Mulan. Fa Mulan, what she went through, and this just the sacrifices she made, and I can't wait till that movie comes out because I'm definitely going to see that. That's a must see for me. Like Bad Boys, that's a must see for me. Bad Boys was a must see. The Mulan live action is a must see for me. Um, because I'm loving what I'm seeing in those trailers. Even the new villains, I'm liking that sorceress with that's cool. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like she basically has a real villain, like her own villain. Um, why doesn't why doesn't DC fire Dan Dildo? I don't know. He's done so many things that could have been. Marion asks me, "What is your most go- glorious beatdown you've seen Steve Austin conflict on Vince McMahon?
Glorious.
Glorious or no? Glorious, glorious. Uh, the most. I don't look at any of the beatdowns as glorious.
Yeah, yeah. The Zamboni.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Zamboni.
But
the hospital.
yeah, okay, the hospital, but I don't look at it as like glorious, like oh yeah, no,
It's like Vince getting his cup.
yeah, I guess, but when I hear glorious, I don't. think of that as like, but okay, yeah. When Vince got his upcomings in the hospital, that was pretty funny, and fun at the same time. Um, yeah, I'll definitely go the hospital route, especially when he clocked him with that bedpan. That shit was it was funny as hell. Um, let's see. What would Optimus Prime think of his shattered glass counterpart and vice versa? What? I don't know what you're talking about. With Owen Wilson as the recent addition to the Loki series on Disney Plus, who do you think he's going to play? I think he's going to play somebody either in the prison that Loki is in. That's who I think he's going to play. What up, Chris? What up, AJ? Juan. Would you like to see Martian Manhunter in the DCCU? You mean DCE? Yeah, I would. I would like to see. I would like to see Martian Manhunter, of course. I'd like to see John. A lot of people. There's all this rumors that the general that was in Superman that was John. I'm like, get the fuck out of there. I'm like, that was not.
My thing is, man, hey, really good undercover work for being so hard on another alien.
Right. If that's true. Do you think the reason some people don't like Man of Steel is because it's not the good-hearted Boy Scout Superman everybody knows? Yeah, yeah, plain and simple. Yeah, it's not about him being, but it's not just that. It's even the Kents. The Kents.
The Man of Steel universe is just too cynical.
It's too cynical. Exactly. It's too cynical.
Like I have no problem
going a darker
with deconstruction.
Yeah, deconstruction.
Basically using the whole thing of in real life, true. If Superman was a real life person, the government and stuff will want him.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that Kent's got to be all cynical.
The Kents,
like that should have done. Let them die. Maybe
exactly. The moment, and Jonathan Kent is played by an actor I love, Kevin Costner, and I'm like, the moment he said, young Clark asks, should I have let my fellow students die and not pull them out that river? And the moment Jonathan Kent said, maybe,
just to protect him.
No, nope. I was like, no, that.
My dad, Batman, Superman, be whatever you want.
Yeah, and Martha was cynical too. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you don't owe them a damn thing. I'm like,
I love
God damn.
You got in the trailer, Clark's face almost like, what?
Yeah, like damn, like no, like this. You don't need to change the foundation of what Superman is, but they really just. Even when he was fighting the which I love when he's in Smallville and he's fighting the Kryptonians, and it's really not like really he's concerned about the people. He's just like get inside. Like it's not like everybody get inside. No, he's more like get inside. And
I don't think Superman has to be get inside.
No, but he has to worry about the people. But
he can be confident.
Yeah. Get inside. But no, he wasn't even like that. He was just like, get inside. Like,
what do you want to do his Witcher voice?
Hey, that Witcher voice is dope. Okay. Zachary Quinton as Namor, yes or no? Everybody keeps saying that, probably because of the fact that he played Spock, and I want somebody a little bit. Whenever Namor comes, I want somebody that looks very intimidating, like when he physically imposing. Like as much as Namor is, he's a dick, but he's imposing. When he comes out of that water, I don't care what it is. I've always said the scene. The way I do a scene, like a end credit scene with Namor coming out of the water is basic, and the Atlanteans coming out is two boys on the beach fishing, like kind of like remember that scene in Cowboy Bebop? Oh man, it's a big one. And then Big Akeem came out the water. It was like that's kind of how I want. Like they're like, oh, I got some. It's pulling me in, and it pulls the boys like maybe halfway in the water, and next you know, you just see them look up, and Namor's just looking at him like, "Where's your leader?" Like or something like that. Like I want somebody imposing, somebody like, okay, don't fuck with him. Like don't fuck with him. And unfortunately, as much as I do like Zachary Quinton, he doesn't give off that imposing factor to me. No offense. Marion, funniest moment in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh shit, that's a hard one. Funniest moment. Oh damn it.
I know as a kid, what I always used to rewind. I always rewind it by to this day. Is Eddie Valley.
Oh yeah. yes. Oh yeah. When the weasels first come, yeah. Oh yeah, when he was looking for Roger, and he was looking, and then Roger was in the closet, and he was like, and he made that funny face, like Eddie Valiant, you're under arrest. He put the cuffs on him, and he went.
You know what's funny? Yeah. If you slow mo that whole part, right? Then you just see, hey, yeah.
Get out of here, you idiot! I got no keys to these. It's like, wait, Eddie, how you got keys with no cuffs? You got cuffs with no keys.
What do you do with those cuffs?
Yeah, that was funny.
Can you see? That's remember what I said when you told me that Eddie Murphy was gonna. I said, then the Eddie Valiant character had to have been written differently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To be, like he was pro tunes then because it could have been. Yeah, he was anti.
No, he loved tunes.
Yeah, but then, I mean at the time,
right.
But the time we see Eddie, we think that he has something against the tune. And then we learn out. Right. With Eddie, it had to be. He had to. I can't see his character being that.
And then also the fact and being that this is a period piece movie.
Oh, yeah.
And no, you got to put that in the counter. This is a period piece movie, and this is the West Coast, 1940s, and a black man as a detective or a PI. Who's really gonna hire him? Like you got to be honest about that. The time that done, but Eddie Murphy has said like that's the one movie I turned down. He's never turned down any movie outside of that. Maybe he should have turned down Pluto Nash. I'm like, dang, that movie sucked. Okay, that did. But yeah, that's probably one of my funny favorite. Another funny moment I would say is when Roger is in the club in the bar, dancing, singing and dancing with the people, and then Eddie comes in and grabs him, throws him in there. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm out there busting my neck, risking my life. And what are you doing? Singing and dancing." Like, and he's just like, "But I'm a tune. Tunes are supposed to make people laugh. Sit down. You don't understand. Those people needed to laugh. Yeah, they laughed and they call the cops. That guy Angelo ran out you for a nickel." Yeah, that part is funny. That's hilarious. And anytime Eddie was fighting the weasels, like just seeing him get punched by one of them is hilarious to me. That's just funny. That is funny. Crazy question. If you had dinner with the insect queen from DC's comics, what would you ask her? Are you gonna kill me? That's the first girl. Are you gonna kill me? The insect queen. She's like a big, yeah, I know. I'm like, you gonna kill me? You ain't gonna try to lay larva in me or anything like no. AJ Dan says, which is funnier, Coming to America or Friday? Oh God. Oh man.
No, I need to get back to
Gotta get you back to them. That's
probably a long time.
Yeah, that's put me on blast right there. Oh man, that's a hard one because I love both of those movies. Oh man, I might have to do a own video on that alone. That's hard.
I don't even think I would feel right going either or.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
some comments I can say, yeah, I found this one, but
Coming to America and Friday.
You know what? It would. Oh, you see, I think as a kid, I would have probably with Friday because I grew up with more viewings of Friday before Coming to America. But by the time I saw Coming to America, I was like, this movie's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I want to say
yes, Friday does have more of a comedy relatability.
Yeah, relatability.
It's like
I know, like Friday. I've said about Friday.
The first one.
The first one. Friday has a lot of relatability because if you are, I don't want to say if you were a kid that grew up in urban city and thing like that, or you had a neighborhood. But the thing about it is, everybody in the Friday movie, I know somebody like that. Like I knew a Hector, you know, I knew a Miss Parker, like the hot MILF on the block that you like, and you see her who she with, and it's like you're almost like what the hell, like Debo, like the bully of the block or something like that.
Now, see, I can't relate. I can't relate with Debo on the block. Probably not even in school. I can relate. Oh, that's the bully.
But it's Smokey and things like that. But yeah, but Coming to America, I think it would get maybe a slight like over it is because of the performances that Eddie put in. Like in that movie alone, Eddie did like how many characters in that? Like he did like 3 of like, and the one that probably still to this day amazes me is the white Jewish guy he played. You would not tell me, you cannot, if you never saw that movie and you tell me that's Eddie Murphy as the old white Jewish man, you'd be like, get out of here. Yeah, right. That's him. And then he played another white character when he did Vampire in Brooklyn. He played the Italian dude. And I'm like, but there you can actually see it was him. But yeah, it's like, like that's why to me, it's almost to the point, this man should get an honorary Academy Award just for the stuff that he's done. Jackie Chan got one. Eddie should just get one for just how talented he is. But that's a hard question. I'm not. What would happen if Peter Parker and Clark Kent switch jobs, with Peter working at the Daily Planet and Clark working at the Daily Bugle? They kind of did that when they had during the Marvel DC crossover. The worlds were merged. It was called Clark and Peter worked at the same place. So it kind of happened already, but okay, in that sense, being that okay, I think Clark would still be a little like okay, he's a little out there, but I think he would go more to Robbie than Jonah, because you don't see Jonah really coming down on the reporters. He only used to come down on Parker. Like, yeah, he never really came too much on Ben Urich, because he knew Ben was good. So he didn't. Outside of Parker, Peter, he would be in maybe competition with Jimmy, because Jimmy was the photographer, and I think Jimmy would get a little frustrated, like, hey, how come you keep getting pictures of what are you doing, like, or something like that? And then he would probably like, Miss Lane, I think we should look at the Parker. He keeps getting all these good shots. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. But it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny. Miles frozen chicken tender. I don't know. If I butchered the name, I apologize. But where did you get the name Mount Vernon Kid? Sorry, I don't know how to spell the name. Oh, simple. That's real simple. Mount Vernon is where I live. Mount Vernon, New York. So that's where the Mount Vernon comes. The kid part comes from just in a sense because I don't look my age, and I'm just like it's kind of like Billy the Kid. He never looked his age. He looked like a kid. So it kind of came from that. I don't look my age, so it kind of that. But there's also my cousin. Also, his gamer tag was the BX Kid because he's from the Bronx. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'll just do that as well. So, and once I started to do YouTube and stuff like that, that name stuck. I was like, oh, Mount Vernon Kid. That's it. When people got to know me better, they started using my real name, Chris, and things like that. But that's where the name comes. I live in Mount Vernon, New York, not Mount Vernon, Illinois, or Ohio, or Virginia, or Seattle. No, Seattle or Washington, because there's like over a dozen Mount Vernons in the United States. I live in Mount Vernon, New York. They call it Money Earning Vernon. There's a lot of celebrities that are from this city. Denzel Washington is from here. Art Carney, who was from, who played Ed Norton from The Honeymooners, Heavy D, Al B. Shore. These are all music artists. Dick Clark is from Mount Vernon, So yeah, there's a lot of people from there. And even, I'm not even going to leave him out. But yeah, there's a lot of people from there. Who? This is from Frozen Chicken 10 again. Your name is hilarious, though. But I'm not gonna joke on it. Who do you think is the best DC villain? Ooh, in my opinion, Darkseid. Comes down to Darkseid most of the time. As a major threat to the DC, Darkseid. If you're going with individual villains in terms of a character, that's a different subject. I love Darkseid. I love my favorite Batman villain is Mr. Freeze, not the Joker. I like Deathstroke as a villain, and he's he's, he's kind of like an anti-hero at times, but to me, he's a villain. To me, I like Lady Shiva. I think she could be a badass villain when she wants to be, because nobody can really touch her. A Brainiac. I like Brainiac. So there's a lot of people. Will Meister. Is Tupac on your hip hop favorites? Yes, of course. Of course, Tupac's there. Why wouldn't they? No, because not everybody's different. But Pac is on my list. He's on my list. He's definitely on my list. I have too many favorite songs of Pac that I love.
And a lot of songs like from Tupac, not just California Love. Because right. I think there's some that yes, that's probably his most commercialized song.
I think Dear Mama is.
Yeah, but no, I think California because you hear it in basketball.
Oh, okay.
Even when freaking WWE. Oh, here's a fun trivia. WWE was supposed to use California for WrestleMania 2000 when they were in LA. Oh, okay. But for some reason they couldn't get it, so instead they made their own version.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it goes California, Dear Mama,
Me Against the World,
and Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Wait.
Oh, and Brenda's Got a Baby. Definitely is up there.
Yeah, but now people use that song. The last one I remember using that song was what? No, New York Undercover. They used Dear Mama.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, and of course, I get around.
I get around. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Nathan Banks. Don't forget, Chris. The general and Sam Lane will be in. Yeah. He's gonna be in it too. Sam Lane. I keep forgetting about that. Did you see Hollow Man 2 with Christian Slater?
Christian Slater was in the second.
I did not. I did not see that one, and I don't. It's not like I hate Christian Slater because I do like Christian Slater, but no. So Elijah Wood is talking about doing an Elm Street movie, but not being Freddy. Your thoughts? What's Nightmare on Elm Street without Freddy Krueger? It's not. It's not Freddy Krueger. It's not.
Unless what Elijah was trying to say, there's more to Nightmare on Elm Street than Freddy Krueger. But it's like, isn't that Freddy's world?
That's Freddy's world.
So it's like unless he's conjuring, Freddy's like, I want to take a day off.
And I love
to conjure up something else.
It's like look, I can't say it's like that's
the young Elijah wasn't a Freddy.
It's like well, he's not that. But it's like
they do a Freddy movie in the night. Yeah, wasn't it the new Nightmare?
The last one, I think number 6 or New Night is but I think he was busy with something else. Elijah. AJ says, "What's your favorite superhero theme song?" For me, it's between Superman or Justice League animated series. Favorite theme. Well, definitely the classic Spider-Man theme is up there. I'm sorry, that's catchy to me. Like Spider-Man, I love that thing. That's cool. I just love it how it starts. That it's very 60s. It's like okay. But if we're going like animated series, I love the Justice League, but I'm going Batman Superman Adventures. You know, dun, 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 dun. I love that thing.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, see how it went? It goes from being very up tempo, and then it goes sad when we see like the explosion of Krypton and Bruce over his parents. I love that theme. And I also there's so many. Batman Beyond had like that theme will have you beating like that'll have you bop your head. Yeah, like the first Static theme I like better than the last theme he had. The one that before before Romeo and them took over I liked it, but I like but I think the first one before it became gotta be gotta be gotta be superhero. No, the first one when it was just gotta get up, gotta go, get up, get up, and that one I like that one.
The Batman.
The Batman had. I like both of them.
Yeah, but
I think the first one killed it because
that was like
you didn't think that was a Batman. I'm like, whoa.
No, I kind of thought kind of pretty dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark because that first that and then that comes
just
in
the whole thing. And I'm just like, if it's not Batman, this almost seems like a horror detective.
Yeah, it does sound like horror, but then once that guitar riff comes that
yeah, it's like
I'm like, ooh, I like that. And then when it came to the last few seasons where it kind of upped the tempo where it came that was a good one too. I think, of course, X-Men. You can't get away from the X-Men. That doom 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 doom. That's always gonna be key. Even No, I know. But despite the fact that I did not like the show, but I'm not gonna lie, Avengers United We Stand. I actually like the theme. You know that um the where they was acting too much like GI Joe. The Avengers United We Stand, the first Avengers cartoon that Fox did, where it was supposed to be in the same universe as Spider-Man the animated series and X-Men. I did like that theme, that Avengers. Avengers. I like that. But then, but for some reason, I love Earth's Mightiest Heroes because it really paints a picture of the Avengers. You know, where you hear the lyrics. You know, I love that the world's about to break. You know, and I don't know that riff, but when they start saying, you know, always we will fight as one, I'm like, that makes sense. You know, the Avengers. That song actually made me cry one time. I'm like, yo, that got me emotional, but it made sense. Um, there's a lot of superhero themes I like, including even Batman. Just the first Batman theme from the movie, the Tim Burton Batman. Oh my God, that's a good theme. Like, you know, I don't get me wrong, I like Batman Begins, that dun 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 dun, 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 but the original Batman from Tim Burton's, that dun, 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 that dun, 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 and you can't go wrong with Superman. That's just all wholesome like that. Dun, 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 dun. Even Superman of Steel theme I like. I actually like that theme. And you can't tell me nobody doesn't like Wonder Woman's theme. That because that feels just very Greek. You know, her theme that she had in when she first debuted in Superman Batman. You know, it has that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good
Not
rip.
gonna further call me off guard.
But it has like a Greek feel to it. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like that theme. Um, but like I said, there's all the themes that you even as kind of sad as they feel, the Hulk themes are actually like they're sad, but it has a nice riff to it. Like especially '90s Hulk, you know, the cartoon. Dun 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 dun. No, I'm not talking about the. Oh no, no.
Just like this, just too sad.
No, not that one. And
wait, what are we going for? What was the question? Was it tunes or was it
no, just themes in general. Not every character has a theme.
Okay, no, I thought like tunes,
like no, just
like
in general.
animated.
Even I'll throw up in there Captain America's themes. His themes were great. Winter Soldier, yeah, I love that one more. But Daredevil. Oh yeah, Daredevil from the Netflix. Yeah, Daredevil's theme. I loved all of those themes. All the Netflix characters themes, those were great. Especially the one I loved the most wasn't even Luke Cage's one. I love Luke Cage's one because that just felt very urban, like felt like a very like mixture of Shaft and Dolomite and all those characters. But Jessica Jones themes, that was a real good. That felt like a very crime like theme, you know, like it started off that boom, you hear the cello boom, 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 then the piano boom, 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 and then it not until boom, that's it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. All right, off the themes. Okay. What do you think when do you think we'll see Todd McFarlane's Spawn reboot? I keep forgetting yet that movie with Jamie Foxx's Spawn. I don't know when that's coming out. All I know is Jamie Foxx will be Spawn. Twitch is going to be played by Hawkeye.
Really?
Yeah. Jeremy Renner's playing Twitch. Jeremy Renner's playing Twitch, and they're saying like this movie's not even gonna focus on Spawn. Spawn's gonna be like a basically a boogeyman, like a bat. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, yeah, I gotta see that. Have you watched the movie Strange, The Stranger's Prey of the Night? No, I never seen that. I don't think I. Will Meister, what's this rumor about Tobey Maguire coming back as Spider-Man and the Doctor? That's just okay. The whole thing about their Sony. They're in Marvel is in talk of Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness because the original director Scott Derrickson he dropped because he dropped directors because of creative differences. He's still going to executive produce the movie, but they are looking at and the multiverse and they've already stated that we're going to see different versions of Marvel characters in this movie. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to introduce the Cancerverse. There's rumors that Brother Voodoo is going to be in this movie. Rumors that America Chavez is going to be in the movie. Miss America. I'm like, these work because America Chavez is actually from a different dimension. That's fine. But the whole thing of like Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man coming, that's not happening. You know that's not happening. Hey Mandy. Um Jonathan Kent should be the worst dad ever when he said that line. Exactly. Like what the that's like Uncle Ben telling Peter, like instead of you know what, Peter, instead of with great power, responsibility, fuck the world, fuck them all. Like that, like what kind of shit is that? Yeah.
You're never gonna get any credit for it.
That's enough. That's like Uncle Ben saying to Peter, like, you're never gonna be good.
No,
your father abandoned you.
I'm saying that no matter what you're never gonna get the credit for.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that's like you're not my son. Your father abandoned you. My brother, my no-tell brother abandoned you.
And that's because I'm not your father.
I'm not your father. My brother, your dad is just a coward and all that stuff. Like, no, what the hell? Like, Aunt May being vicious, like smacking Peter around, like
how they made in the animated series. Who was
Anna Watson? Yeah. Oh yeah, Aunt Anna, and that how she was. Sorry,
I thought
Anna Watson. Anna Watson was a far cry from what she is in the comic.
So when I see, I'm like, oh wait a minute.
The way she's really nice. She's just as nice as May. But the way she was talking to Peter, like Peter's a no talent. Like, oh yeah, like he's never reliable. I'm like, God damn. No, and May's just taking it.
We do that. You really want that? You really gonna take that?
Yeah, you gonna take your own net? Your own net? Like what the hell? Like, okay. Next up, did you see the Joker? If so, what did I haven't seen it yet. I might watch it, but I haven't seen it. What would King Arthur think of Optimus Prime and vice versa? Respect. How strong is Namor? Namor is strong. He's incredibly strong. This is a guy who can go toe to toe with the Hulk. So yeah, he's strong. You get him out of the water, he's still strong. It's not like he needs to be in the water. He's still strong outside the water. I don't care for them. I hate that Marvel. They can't constantly keep saying he's the first mutant. No, he's not. And he's not a mutant. He's not a mutant. He's not a mutant. He's a hybrid, but he's not a mutant. He's not a mutant. I hate that they say that. When it's like Marvel, y'all already got. How is he the first if Unsabanor is older than him? Right. Selene is older than him. It's like, what are you talking about? I hate that. But the Atlanteans are very strong. And Namor is definitely incredibly strong. Like I said, go toe to toe with the Hulk. Like, that's strong. Cassandra Kane and Baki Hanma got a lot in common.
Whoa.
How? Because I gotta throw in that. Like, wait, what?
I got the question. Elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate on that one, because I don't see.
No, elaborate on that, dog.
Yeah, elaborate on that one, because I don't see Lady Shiva trying to hate.
Hey, you know what? Just elaborate.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, elaborate on that one, man. Who was that? Travis. Elaborate on that, Travis, because I don't think they're.
I'm more like, how you come up with that, dog?
Yeah. Better Eddie Murphy horror movie, Vampire in Brooklyn or The Haunted Mansion. Vampire in Brooklyn.
I've never watched
Vampire in Brooklyn, because The Haunted Mansion was more of a Disney movie, and
that's part of
that's the decline. That's the decline of it. Right? Vampire in Brooklyn, you saw
anything. Vampire in Brooklyn, it's a low bar to say it's better than Haunted, because not that many people look at Vampire in Brooklyn fondly as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yo, Perry King, your thoughts on the Xbox Series X? Looks funny. Just looks like a big hard drive. It's just that's all.
Not a hard drive.
Huh?
It's not a hard drive. The big thing, that's what you call, that's the actual computer.
Yeah, like the computer hard drive. Like if you got a desktop. Yeah, a desktop hard drive. That's what that reminds me of. We'll see where it goes, man. Should I ask if you plan to see Coming to America 2? I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's gonna be interesting because I don't necessarily think it was needed for a sequel. And the premise of it has me a little bit, wait, what? The fact that when they always use this long lost son nonsense, he's going back to America to get his long lost son. I'm like, who was Akeem Boykin that he had a son with? Like, that's kind of the thing right there. Yeah, where they come up with that one? Travis, do not blame people in Mario for being scared of Ghost Rider. I don't know what that is about, Travis.
I'm just waiting for Travis to elaborate.
Yeah. Between his long-awaited return to Saturday Night Live and Dolomite was his name. Are you also enjoying Eddie Murphy's return to comedy? Of course, it's like for me, it was never like, when is Eddie coming back? It was, he said it, he's never been really gone. It was just he's been out the limelight in a sense. But to me, like, the man Eddie Murphy has my respect as a comedian, and that was him returning to Saturday Night Live was the highest rating episode since. When he came back as those classic characters, the ratings went off the roof. That just shows that how respected he is. They're already talking about they're going to do a sequel to Beverly Hills Cop. It's going to be on Netflix. I love to see him do some more stuff, but I also look at it, man's a dad now. He's got 10 kids. He's got 10 kids, and I give him a lot of respect. And at least five of them come from one woman. Then there's the gap where they come from other women. But we can only wish we could have that many kids. And so far,
here's the thing. And you know who they are.
And you know who they are. Two, none of them you have not heard, not a one in some kind of trouble. Like, that's the scary. That's also the cool part about it too. All his kids, you don't see son of Eddie Murphy pulled over for drug abuse, some stupid stuff like that. No, Eddie's just cool. What do I want to see him back as Axel Foley? Yes, I like to see him one more time as Axel. Put that Detroit
Lions.
No, no. What type of jacket it is? That's a
Varsity.
Varsity jacket on. Number 67. Coming to America was far from the role I thought he would have done again. If
I just never saw.
I never saw
Come to America as
I needed a sequel. The only thing I could have thought of if they did do a sequel is like, and I would have thought it would have came like maybe in the late '90s where we seeing him take over as the king now, because in this movie he is about to be take over as king because King Joffrey is, I think, going to step down. But the fact that everybody's coming back, the original cast is coming back, that right there is like, wow. So we're getting James Earl Jones again as King Joffrey. The only one I think that won't be back is who played his mother, because I think she passed away. But we're gonna see Lisa, who hasn't aged a goddamn bit. She looks just as gorgeous as she did back in the day. Arsidio's coming back. It's good stuff. It's all good. It's all good. They got to do at least one where that same. They got to do that. What?
We see Samuel Jackson's character.
Oh my God! No, that'd be. He made a cameo. He made a yeah. What if Sam Jackson is in it as the maybe he reformed? That's still one of the funniest cameos. All right, but like, who robs him? Like, and the fact that you could tell that movie has such an impact. There is an actual McDowell's in Queens. In Queens, if you go out to Queens, New York, there is an actual McDowell's out there. And still, like, that is the funniest thing. Like, who came up with that idea? Okay, John Amos, the legendary John Amos. You're gonna play a manager of a fast food chain, and it's just basically a knockoff McDonald's. And the funniest part that I thought was funny is he had the McDonald's handbook, and he's looking at it. As soon as Louis Anderson's character, he's like, he's copying off of like they're McDonald's.
There it is, the website.
Yeah, McDowell's. It's a real place. They're McDowell's. They're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. They got the Golden Arch. I got the Golden Orcs. They got the Big Mac. I got the Big Mac. And then when he explains what's in it, I'm like, we both got special sauce, 2 patties, lettuce, cheese, and pickles. Only difference is they use the sesame seed bun. I use the plain bun. Like, what the fuck's the difference then? What the difference? Like, but the funniest thing, when Sam Jackson comes in, like, who robs a fast food chain? Who does that?
No, especially in that manner.
Yeah, and he came in, stepped in, pulled out a shotgun. All right, everybody, with his loud ass Sam Jackson. You know how loud Sam can get. Everybody down on the floor. Get all the money, fat boy. Come on. What are you looking at, buddy? Like, yeah. And then when you hear the fact that they've been hit 5 times by this, I'm like, yo. When he said, he's like, we've been hit 5 times by this guy. Wait, what? Like, shit. Like, what? That's hilarious. That's just funny to me. Eddie Murphy is a comedy legend. He's a comedy legend. He's from New York. He started comedy when he was 15. Like, he was going to clubs at 15, making people laugh. Like, that's crazy. And his brother was just as funny. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. And that's his. I think his daughter is named after Uncle Charlie. His last child, I think. You mean the amalgam? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Nathan Max, with 2 more Marvel TV shows been rumored to be announced, what shows you think it is? Too many I probably another team. I'll say a team and maybe another character. Please be Daredevil. Just saying. I don't like him at all, but Lex Luthor is a good villain. Yeah, I give Luthor credit. I give Luthor. He's not my favorite Superman villain because it's just like, to me, it's like, man, like you don't have to kill him, Clark, but cripple him. Just cripple him so he can stop bothering you. Like he's first of all Alexis, he's just a jealous prick because people because he Superman gets all the praise and he doesn't. Okay, that's it. That's all it is. I watched this. I just recently I haven't put it up yet, but I reacted to a short film about Superman called Superman: The End of an Era, where basically uh Lex Luthor is dying, and I guess he wants to he's trying to get the last laugh on Superman. So he calls Superman, but he calls and this I guess he finds out. I don't want to ruin everything, but he finds out that Superman and Clark are the same person because he said, "I text Clark Kent, and who shows up? You." And so then he sends out a hitman to try to kill Lois, and I'll leave it at that. But it just the guy who performs as Lex puts in a pretty good performance, but it just makes you like,
fan film?
Yeah, it was a fan film, and he's just like, it's just like, look at Lex, like, hey, don't leave me like this. I'm like, and because he is dying. And then Superman just X-ray vision, like, don't worry, it's gonna be over soon anyway. I'm like, oh, shit. But it was good. But it's just like, look at he's like, and you know, my family founded this city and everything, blah blah blah. We made our fortune with this, and then here comes you. And I'm like, yeah, this just jealous bitch.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, like it kind of came off like Vince McMahon. And the dude that played, man, he looked old. Like he looked really old. He made Lex look old. I was like, damn it. Okay. Who's your favorite villain from your childhood? Mum-Ra. You ever-living source of evil. Definitely. Mum-Ra or Skeletor. Yeah. What if Guts in from Berserk was in the you mean what if Guts from Berserk was in the DC universe? I think it'd be
Gus was a character played with in Mortal Kombat.
or Soul Calibur.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. But he would have to be like maybe in Kamundi's world or something like that. I don't know. Marion, have you read the comic series Irredeemable? Yes, I read some of it. I haven't read all of it. It's basically a bad Superman. Yeah, it is kind of. It's just.
It's a lot more.
It's done more, but it's just like a Superman. He's a dick. Same goes for Springfield. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. Just telling everyone else, since there's like Springfields in every state. Yeah, there's like a Springfield. Yeah. Mine is X-Men animated series, Batman. Oh, those are good ones. Superman theme is top for me. I love the 90s Spider-Man theme by Joe Perry of Aerosmith. Yeah, Joe Perry was that. That was him. He was doing that. What's your favorite wrestling theme? Oh, shit. That's too many. That's too many. That's.
But you put me on the spot, I'm always gonna say Stone Cold.
Yeah, Malcolm. You put Malcolm on the spot, he'll say Stone Cold. For me, that's hard. That's hard. That's so hard for me. One, I could definitely say one.
Yeah.
What?
Hogan.
Get the hell out of here. Ain't no Hogan. Hogan. No, ain't no Hogan. It's not Hogan. It's not. No, it's not. I've said it before. No. I'm going with. Don't be listening to Malcolm.
If you hurt my friend,
stop it.
You hurt
no, if
I gotta be.
Are you gonna stop now?
I gotta let the racism slide.
If I'm gonna say anybody, one definitely would be Sting. When he came back as the Crow. When he was Crow Sting, I love that fucking theme. That theme alone. I'm talking about WCW theme.
It felt so different.
It felt so different from his original theme.
No, it just felt different from anybody else.
But it felt like it belonged with someone like Spawn.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
And Spawn was still at the height.
Yep. And so when I heard that theme, I'm like, ooh. So when he came to WWE and they did their own version, I like it, but I prefer the WCW theme over that. You know, not the it's like I don't hate it, but I'm just saying, like I like, yeah. Perry King, which DC movie are you looking forward to next year? Wonder Woman. That's definitely it.
This year.
Yeah, but next year. Yeah, next year. What's coming out next year? I don't know. What's coming out next year? I guess Aquaman. I guess. Darth, what is your favorite Star Wars music piece? Mine is between Duel of the Fates and the Imperial March. All those are good.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you know. I don't know them by name.
I don't even know them by name.
But I think for me, it's always Vader's theme. I'm sorry, that theme is just badass to me. Yeah, Dr. Doom. I'm telling you, when he comes to the MCU, he needs his own fucking theme. I'm telling you, he needs it. Shout outs to all the 16 people that are still watching. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're about to wrap this up soon. So don't forget the classic theme song from the second Iron Man theme. Iron Man, yeah. Ping, ping. I like that. Iron Man. I like the second theme from Fantastic Four too. That's something that they need too. When they bring the Fantastic Four back, they need like an up tempo theme, like a dun, 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 dun. I wouldn't be surprised if they revamp that. That'd be cool. Like dun, 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 yeah, I like that. And can't forget the classic Iron Man theme. I like. He's Tony Stark. Hey, Iron Man, he saves the day.
X-Men Evolution.
X-Men Evolution had good themes too, especially the third season when they put that rip in there. That and went Marion, I always enjoyed the Lonely Man theme from Incredible Hulk live action. I was trying not to go with that. That's why I said. Me and Mark were watching a compilation of just all the times from the classic series when he hulks out. And I was telling Malcolm, I was like, because Malcolm never really sat down. Yeah,
I really want to.
Yeah, because Malcolm never really sat down and watched. Because as y'all all know, Malcolm's a big Hulk fan, so he's never watched the Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno one too much. But I was telling him about the times he has hulked out, just made no sense. And one of them was where this guy just grabbed him like by the shoulder, by the wrist, and he just go and he just. I'm like, wait, what the one he found funny? Tell him when that you felt funny. Tell him when that you felt funny.
He's on the phone. It's like, I think to complete this call,
he needed 25.
He needed 25. I don't have 25. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he was on like, you gotta remember, this is the 70s, so that was still when they had quarter phone, pay phone, and the person is like the dial, the dial, please insert an extra 25. I don't have to, and he started. I'm like, what the hell? Like, the classic times he's hulked out, and those were just hilarious to me. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, there was one time where they were jumping him. I'm like, okay, yes. But there are times where it's just like, that's not even stress. Like, to make him hulk out. Like, when I think he was in a cab and the guy was like, get me out of here. Like, what the hell? He's claustrophobic. Yeah. Um, one movie theme I like, Willow. Willow had good theme. They're making a sequel of that too, I think. Avengers theme was the best Marvel theme. Uh, Avengers was good, but they were better. Spawn movie reboot 2001 21. Oh, okay, that's when it's coming out. I'm still iffy on that. Uh, I know people love the Japanese uh Dragon Ball Z theme, and I do too, but I prefer the rock theme from the basically some dragon.
I can't
I
front on
can't
that.
front.
If you wanted
You,
something
yeah,
to get you pumped up,
but
that-
I do love the original.
GT.
Yeah,
And I don't like any of the GT.
yeah. Like if look, when it comes to the original, like the Dragon Ball, like I said, guys, I prefer the original dialogue, original things for Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Z series in general. I will not watch that in English dub because I don't feel that the English dub
recorded a lot of it.
Yeah, but I do not feel when they were still doing Dragon Ball Z for Toonami and stuff. I was already done with series. I knew what was coming and what was going to happen. But for me, I don't think that some of the English dub actors put in the performance that the original Japanese actors do. Like to me, the actor who plays Goku compared to the original 87-year-old woman who's been doing Goku since 1987, she puts in that work. Like there's nobody I will listen to more when the Kamehameha wave happens. She puts in that work, and I'm like, every time she does it, I'm like, excellent. Like for the dude who does Goku now, it's a far cry from what she does. But I understand. I can get down with the Dragon Ball. That is a because not saying that Rock and Dragon Ball don't work, but I don't think it works for everything. Like because when they started bringing over the first 13 movies, they started having Slipknot and everybody.
They specifically use
Drowning Pool. Drowning Pool.
They used Finger 11. And these are bands that I like.
But I was just like,
I like Drowning Pool, but I'm just like,
they don't work with the movie. I was just like, no. But I can understand that. I get you. Rock the Dragon was sick. Okay. What's up? What's up, Ken? Heard Paramount is making a Beast Wars movie. I have mixed feelings about that. What are your thoughts? Yeah, there's rumors that the next Transformers movies are going to be based around Beast Wars. I have mixed feelings about it too because one, Beast Wars took place in prehistoric Earth, so that movie's focusing on the Maximals and the Predacons. Not there ain't no humans unless they pull some bullshit reason and have a human come from the future or something. Because the humans that was in Beast Wars were pre-aged man. They were still like apes and doing things like that. They weren't human. So yeah, you see where I'm going at with that? But it would be cool to hear Optimus Prime and all of them say, Optimus Prime, maximize, things like that. But I do have mixed feelings about that too. Wasn't Apocalypse the first mutant? He's one of them. Yeah, he's one of them. I know you don't plan to see it, but Cassandra Cain is a MacGuffin in Birds of Prey movie. I've heard that. What can we expect from the U.S. agent? And hopefully we see that he's kind of he's a dick. Like keep him true to what John Walker is. John Walker's a dick. He's a complete dick. Like when he was replaced as Captain America because when Cap came back and was like, okay, I want my uniform back. It was like he's like, well, you lost it, old man, and it's mine now. So Cap had to put John in his place. Like, this is mine. That's not yours. So, but I have a feeling they're going to try to just make him kind of a wannabe Captain America. Like, he's all for the people and everything. But we should start seeing his true colors throughout the series. Like, yeah, he's kind of a dick. You know, I want him in the gray costume too. Like later on, I want him in that. But I really want a face off between him and Sam, and him going off on Sam like, yeah, you never deserved this or something like that. You didn't know. See, thing is, it was presented to me. Like, and I want Sam to come back like, let's get something straight. Steve Rogers gave that to me. He didn't give it to you. He gave it to me. Like, just burn him real quick. Spit in his face. No, don't spit in his face. Marion, which villain do you think has caused Aquaman the most pain in Black Manta? That's it. Black Manta. All the way. Maki and Cassandra have a parent that considered the strongest martial artist in the world. No, Cassandra Cain's. There's somebody um, above Lady Shiva, Richard Dragon. So no, sorry, Lady Shiva is good, but Richard Dragon is a slight above her in martial arts. What do you think of the Joker in MX? I do not care. I don't care at all about. I don't care about the Joker. I watched all his intros and I see the references and all that stuff, but I do not care. I do not care. Do not care. Just give me Spawn. That's what I want to see. I don't care about Joker. I really wish they didn't put that fool in there. They should have put somebody else better. Will you get a PS5 or X series as your next console? I don't know. Might end up getting both. As I usually always do. Yeah. Is AEW better than WWE? In what avenue are we talking?
Okay. What are we talking about in WWE?
Yeah.
Are we talking about WWE as a whole, or are we talking about main roster?
Yeah, main roster. Are we talking
about
NXT? Yeah, you got to really be specific with that, because to me, AEW's tag division, great. They really put the emphasis on tag division.
I only have one issue with AEW's tag division, and to be quite honest, it's kind of the same thing I have with out of all tag team divisions right now. Even NXT, well, now NXT doing the Dusty Rhodes, okay. But with AEW specifically, while it's cool that they have all these touted tag teams, there has yet to be an actual feud for the tagging, with the exception of the Young Bucks and LAX or Pride and Power. After that, there's no feud going on.
Right.
Even with this, it's Hank. I think it's going to be Hangman and Omega versus the Young Bucks. That story right there could also be told without the tag belts. It's kind of funny that AEW's already had a makeshift tag team become tag champs. But yeah, there's no feuds going on with they're just matching. Yes, I enjoy a good match, but also I would like to see feuds going on.
Right.
Like your Dudleys and Hardys, your Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing I have with the tag division.
I think besides that, their women division needs to get their act straight. That's for one. I do feel that I think they kind of calmed down now on it, but like there's like so many factions, and
now it's You got the inner circle.
Inner Circle, the Dark
The Dark Order.
Dark Order, Brandy's group, I guess.
What is three?
Yeah.
There's three. Now there's three groups because the best friends. That's a trio.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't see Jurassic. I haven't seen Jurassic Express in a while. Jurassic Express. That is a still, but it's still a trio. But when I think of stable,
more than
I'm
three.
thinking like when it's like there could be opportunity where there's more than one. There's another person that joined.
That's what I mean. But and to me, they still have a lot to do. But yeah, ratings wise, yeah, they continue to beat NXT. But to me, they still have a long way to go. Because like Malcolm just said, like tag team wise, there's no real feuds going on in there.
No,
and even there's no real feud outside of this Cody and M.V.K. MJ, that thing that's going on, but
yeah, it is.
You
got the Janela thing.
Oh yeah, that too. But
you got Pocket Omega, but that's not being built up towards the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and that's my other criticism is that we're now about how many weeks away? Because next Sunday is the first ever Sunday takeover.
Right.
And then I think the week after that is AEW. And I'm thinking to myself, at this point, we kind of should know what's the whole card.
Right.
It's only MJF and Cody, Moxley and Jericho. And that's about it's only really two matches, and now I'm just like, you guys covered. My thing is, whether you like AEW or you don't, I want AEW to succeed.
Right.
But what gets tiring for me is the people that now all of a sudden want to care about ratings.
Yeah, those people.
Now all of a sudden
they want to care about ratings.
And the reason why I say why else do you now care about, because at the end of the day, there's no war.
Right. There's no war.
Compared to the Monday night, there's no war. Because none of the shows, unfortunately, are breaking past 2 million.
Right.
And I find that alarming because how many years have we been hearing or reading on the internet of fans saying, we want real wrestling. We want real. Now we got two shows. Whether you like that, whether you prefer NXT, I can watch both.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that hard. Wednesday nights are the best nights for wrestling. But because fans have been yearning for this type of wrestling, the numbers should be higher.
Right.
Because even combined, they don't even beat Raw and SmackDown. So my issue with when people care about ratings, I'm like, well, if you never cared about it, because you cared about it, because I don't care about the ratings. Because just because Raw and SmackDown gets better ratings than NXT, that doesn't mean I think Raw and SmackDown is better than NXT, because clearly SmackDown is not. SmackDown just now copy and paste. And I don't even have to watch it. I don't watch Raw and SmackDown like that anymore. But just reading reviews, just reading what happened, I'm like, man, this kind of felt like the same thing that happened last week. But AEW is still a startup thing. Another thing it's died down from but when they do mess up or they do something, to stop using the whole they've just started.
Yeah, they just started.
No, stop. Even Jericho said when he got on everybody about not using the tag rules correctly, he was like, the honeymoon season is over. Don't use that as an excuse and we're like, oh, we're just starting. No. Stop. All right. If you're going to do that, I'm going to do Michael Jordan. Yeah. Get some help.
Let's see. Okay. Boom. Yeah. Heard a rumor of a possible crossover of Marvel and DC again. What do you think? That ain't happening. Yeah, that ain't happening until Dildo and Kusada are gone. That ain't never happening. We will never see another Marvel DC crossover until those two men are from the company. Because them two are are the causes of a lot of that crap. There was supposed to be many Marvel crossovers. There was supposed to be another Batman Daredevil crossover. You know, put a stop to that. Dan Dildo, and he always looks like. If you ever see him in interviews, he's always sweating, and he always looking like he's paranoid, like people he's watching somebody going to try to snipe him or something. I'm dead serious. I'm not even joking about that. Favorite Lovecraft story mine is between Call of Cthulhu and Nephistopus. Nephistopus. Well, Call of Cthulhu is definitely the one. Soulless Trench Coat. What's up? What up? Will speaking of Lou Ferrigno, do you like the Lou Ferrigno Hercules movie? I saw it once.
Wow.
Which DC movie are you looking forward to more than Black Adam, the Batman, or the Suicide Squad? Uh it's more if I was ranking it, I would say Black Adam, Suicide Squad, then the Batman. I'm kind of burnt out on Batman in terms of movies, you know. Yo, Chris, sorry I'm late. What's up? No worries. I can't wait for the Suicide Squad. I like the first, even though it was flawed, and this one sounds like it's gonna be more like the comics. Yeah, I'm kind of more excited about that one. Like I said, you know, I, to me, like I said, no offense to Batman, I probably am gonna see it, but it's just like I'm kind of burnt out on him. Like it's like you can't go too much longer without them. We got to do another Batman. You know, I just like unless you doing a movie that isn't a Batman movie, but it's not Batman. Like to me, I still want a Batgirl movie. I still want a Nightwing movie. Like when are we gonna get a movie in the Batman where it's not focused on Batman and focused on an ally of his that can stand on their own, like a Dick Grayson, one of the greatest developed characters in comics.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get that? When are we getting that? You know, but it's just like as my friend Blue Goblin says, DC Warner Brothers is so got their mouth so far down Batman's dick, like they couldn't get it off if they wanted to. You know, it's like that movie with some that movie with Selma Blair and Thomas Jane and Cameron Diaz in it, and her character was giving her man a blowjob. He got, I think his dick was pierced, and it got caught in her throat, and she just like she couldn't get out. That's what it's like with them. Um, DPZ used Disturbed and yeah, they used Disturbed too. I remember. Yeah. AJ Miller, yeah, but Suicide Squad didn't do very good in reviews, and Jared Leto didn't do a good job in it. Once again, reviews are one thing. Performance-wise, at the box office is a different thing. A reviewer could say everything they want about the movie, and for me, I don't buy into reviewers because that's their job. That's their job. They're gonna review and do all that. But for me, that's your opinion. Now, if I want to see it, now I'm gonna go see it. See my own. I watched the Suicide Squad movie, and I didn't necessarily hate it, but it just to me it felt like you're putting characters in it that a lot of them were a part of, but you didn't give any reason for the audience, especially the average goer mood, to really appreciate these characters outside of maybe Harley, who basically stole the show. Margot killed it as Harley. But the main villain, Enchantress, there's not a lot. Unless you are a hardcore comic fan, you didn't know who Enchantress was. You didn't know who that was. You didn't know who Jack Flag was. You may have heard of Deadshot, Harley, Captain Boomerang, Croc, but A lot of the other characters you probably didn't even know of. You didn't know of them. So, but this movie, once again, the one thing that they have to get right that they got wrong is the fact that yes, these guys are villains. They ain't changing. They're not like the Thunderbolts. See, the Thunderbolts are different. They started out as villains, and a lot of them wanted to change. The Suicide Squad, they're villains to the core. They ain't changed. That's why they got many bombs in their head. Like they get out of line, but see, they did that with Deadshot because yeah, you know, he does have a daughter. He does have a daughter, so they added that aspect to it. So like, okay, yeah, we got to give him some like, okay, he has a redeeming quality. He has a daughter. He does care. Floyd Lawton does have a daughter, but overall, they're villains. They ain't changing, you know. So that's also where they got to play up the fact that these are villains. You know, they try to play it up in the first movie. Like you remember when the general was talking with Amanda Waller, she's like, Amanda, you got to realize these are bad guys. These are villains. They ain't changing. And but the whole concept of the Suicide Squad is simple. Yeah, they go on the missions, and if they get caught, they have no recollection of they got plot. Yep. So um, man, and don't get me wrong, what's his name? Who played Amanda Waller? She played that role to a T because Amanda Waller's a bitch. She is a complete bitch and an asshole, and you know it. But they got to play that up. They can't be like, oh yeah, they're a superhero team saving them. And seeing them trail some of them images, it looks like they're fighting Mongol or Mongol's sister. I'm like, see that right there, like you're making them into something that they're not. You know, just I hope for the best for this. And it's James Gunn doing it. I like his work, but yeah, there's a lot of Wonder Woman 2 will have a sequel. Wonder Woman, yeah, I'm looking forward to it because they better have Cersei's as the next villain. Very good. I'm still waiting for a Green Lantern reboot. I think we all are. That's I once again, that's why I can't believe anything that comes out of DC's mouth or Warner Brothers' mouth in terms of the DCEU too much because they haven't given me any reason to believe. Remember when they had that plan of what the movies were going to be like after the first Man of Steel? They're going to do Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Man of Steel 2, Justice League, Green Lantern, Cyborg, Justice League 2, and all this stuff. It's like none of that happened. None of that happened. The Flash movie constantly is getting pushed back. Writers are leaving. It's like, and now they're already talking about having somebody else. We're gonna have a Superman of color. So it's like, oh, so you're gonna bring in Val Zod then? It's like, and then I'm hearing there's all these rumors that uh, Michael B. Jordan is attached to it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, never mind. Like right now, make mine Marvel. At least they got a plan. They're sticking and they've stuck with that plan. What are your thoughts on the version of Black Manta that we have that Black Manta that was a civil rights activist? You think that take on did you like that character? Take on the character? Yes or no? I was okay with him. I didn't mind it. But when they revamped him, you have to give some reason of why he hates black, why does he hate Aquaman, things like that. And I think the new 52 version of him gave it more purpose. Like there's a hate relationship between them. Reason why he blames Aquaman for killing his father, which kind of he did, and vice versa. And that's what's definitely that's going to happen in the sequel. Arthur's dad is getting killed, and Black Manta's going to do it, for sure. Um, Agreed. And what do you think of? What do you think should done Joker and okay, agreed. And who do you think? Who do you think should done Joker and who do you like in the? Okay, are you talking to? Who are you talking to with that one? I don't know. Me too. Okay. The guy from Arrow. John Diggle is Green Lantern now, but that's the Arrowverse. That's not the movie verse. Different character, and he's a Green Lantern. So it's funny that they're doing a Green Lantern outside of Hal, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, who continues to get just no love. It's like, God damn. Do you think WWE 2K1 will be coming out this year or next year? Next year.
Yeah, because there's still, I
Yeah,
think there's still some,
I think next
I
year.
think there's some still uncertainty of if it's
Yeah.
really coming.
Also, I know AJ and wasn't a fan of Jarrett version, but either. But okay, you're talking. Okay, I heard that HBO Max is gonna be doing a Green Lantern shit. So far, I've heard they're doing a Blue Beetle, and a couple other things. But I don't think the Green Lantern is I think it's animated. I'm not sure. Um, okay, yeah, you're talking amongst yourselves. I heard John Cena will be in Suicide Squad 2. I don't know about that. I heard a rumor. Um, let's see. Phoenix did a good job in this movie. Uh, of course, or okay, y'all talking amongst. Okay, I would like to see Deathstroke as a main villain of the Batman film because he can match Batman both physically and mentally. That was supposed to be the Batman movie that was supposed to be prior to that when Affleck was still attached to it. The villain was supposed to be Deathstroke. That was that whole concept when we saw John Melione. He was going to reprise his role as Deathstroke. Then it got scrapped. Um, okay, y'all talking amongst yourselves. Okay, yeah. X Men, X Men Apocalypse movie sucked. Uh, anybody disagreeing with that one? Still want a new Batman game. I wouldn't mind that. I'm nervous about the Sonic movie, but I think I may enjoy. I'm not that nervous about it as much as I was just. I just wanted him to look more like Sonic, and he looks now. The designing worked, but I actually the only reason I would say I'm concerned about it is because it's a comic, it's a video game movie, and proof in the pudding, video game movies and Hollywood still are not mixing, are not bonding well. But hopefully this one will do fairly well. I just hope it gets back the budget it took to make the movie, um, and that's the key. And besides, it's Jim Carrey's return. You haven't seen Jim Carrey in a while, so him playing Doctor Robotnik is going to be interesting. And seeing him as full as Doctor Robotnik, then I was like, oh shoot, he looks just like Doctor Robotnik. I was like, okay. Um, what do you guys think about? Okay, I haven't seen it. I didn't really care for it. Um, Enchantress should have never been the villain. I'm hearing. Okay, villains turning good was weird. And yes, Deadshot having a daughter is redeeming, but they have added him. Should have added him being a bloodthirsty dick. Well, now, wait a minute. Now, hold on. Floyd Lawton is a lot of things, but he's not bloodthirsty. He's not bloodthirsty. He's a contract killer. It's all about this. You got the funds, yeah, job will get done. He's not a cold-blooded killer, but he has to answer for his crimes because yes, he's killed people. He's an assassin. A lot of assassins are not just killers, like because they're cold-blooded. That's their job. They trained that way, but you there I don't mind redeeming characters like villains. Some work. Some can work, especially if you're writing it to the point where you're seeing it. Like I said with the Thunderbolts, Marvel's equivalent to the Suicide Squad. They started out as a villain. That villain, well, they started out as you didn't know what they were because Citizen V, who was actually Baron Zemo in disguise, he was playing on the societies like, yeah, we're heroes and everything like that. But when you had characters like the Beetle, who became Mach 5 and all of, he really wanted to change. And Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel or Ms. Marvel at the time, was his parole officer, and she was helping him. He wanted to change. He wanted to change. Songbird, Melissa Gold, is always they've always said her character is she was destined to be an Avenger, and she became an Avenger. Because she wanted to change. There have been characters they had the redeeming qualities of changing. You saw it throughout the course of the character. You saw them like always questioning like, why are we doing this? But characters like Moonstone, she will never change, you know. But you got characters like on the Suicide Squad, like when you Captain Boomerang ain't changing for shit. Okay, he ain't changing. He is what he is. And I wasn't a big fan of the guy that got to play him. You know, was it Jai Courtney? I wasn't really a big fan of his. You know, you know, I thought Will did a decent job as Floyd Lawton, but you know, he honestly they could have got somebody else to play Deadshot. But I felt the reason why they got him because he's a big name. You got a big name, put him in it. But him and Margot worked off each other so well because they worked together before. So it was funny like that. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. This so-called reboot, because it's not really it's basically a reboot. Let's see where it goes, you know. You know, worst case scenario, it could just be a fun movie to riff. I think the one thing that Sonic will do is bring kids into that movie. That's where it should work. Kids and people who grew up with that character, that's going to be like, okay, this should be interesting. It should be a far better experience than that. I'll just put it like that. Should be a fun popcorn movie. I'm going to see it. I'm definitely going to see it. I'll give my honest opinion when I review it, but you know, I'm scared because we've seen Hollywood just fuck up with these video game movies. And some of them are just so easy to do. The concept is so easy. Like, how the fuck you fuck up Max Payne? Like, the concept of Max Payne is so easy. Cop out with revenge for the death of his family. We've seen that plenty of times. How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up? How? The last Tomb Raider, that was actually pretty good. I didn't mind that movie. I got tired of people body shaming her. Like, God damn, get off of because the work that she put in to get into that shape, Miss Vikander, I was like, fuck all y'all for saying that bullshit. Oh, her boobs are not big enough. Like that just like fuck off with that. Like get out of here with that. Like and once they started that, it just brought me back to what they were saying about Gal Gadot. Like when when she made that when she talked about when she got casted as Wonder Woman, the first thing people were saying was like her boobs are not big enough. Like, get out of here. Okay. What do you guys think of Captain Marvel? And I like them both. Shazam. Well, I don't call him by the S name. I call him by his original name, Captain Marvel. It was great. The new Man in Black movie sucked last year. I haven't watched it yet, so that's your opinion. Okay. The no Men in Black International. I haven't watched it yet. Okay. Have you seen Rampage movie? I've seen Rampage. I liked it, but see that got away because a lot of people probably don't even know that's based on a game. But if they had put that in there, like based off the hit video game, it may have been a little different. But being that they kind of hushed it, like It's a movie with The Rock, but it's got giant apes and crocodiles and a wolf that can fly and everything like that. Yeah. Um, how would you feel about a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe reboot cartoon? I'll take another He-Man cartoon. I think there's one coming out on Netflix. Kevin Smith is doing it. I'm looking forward to it. Say, do you think Black Canary and Huntress should do a movie as well? No, not really. Um, thoughts on the Morbius movie? I don't really care for it. I go watch my reaction. I did a reaction on it. Um, a lot of things about it just don't make sense to me. I don't blame Rockstar for not letting a movie studio touch GTA. I guess. Well, because I don't know why. Because most of the GTA games are based off of movies. Um, I know they're doing a Saints Row movie. Um, okay, I like the newest Tomb Raider movie. I don't care about her not having stereotypical. Yeah, she was great. I liked her a lot. And then I heard there's rumors that she's going to be doing another one, so I'm good. Uh, do you think the animated Mighty Duck show should come back to reboot? I wouldn't mind another one. I didn't mind it. I liked it. It was pretty good. There are two cartoon He-Man shows coming to Netflix. Um, there's the there's the there's the I know the Kevin Smith one. I didn't know about another one coming because the Kevin Smith one is being directly taken from the original He-Man, the one that I grew up with, the original '80s cartoon. So I'm looking forward to that definitely. Uh, but I hope He-Man comes in Shira soon. I don't know because they're not even. They hasn't even acknowledged that she is his sister. And with that, bomb, we're gonna end it right here, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming out and thank everybody for being with me for a while. I had a lot of fun as always. Um, the next Q&A will be at the end of the month, but that will be a pre-recorded. So I will be putting up a post on the community. So if you follow me, you'll see my post, and that's where you will ask your questions there, and I'll record it and things like that. That's how I'm gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do two lives. I'm gonna do one and the other. Um, things like that. What's coming up for me in terms of got some. Oh, there's a heard rumors that they're doing a Rocketeer too. So I'm gonna talk about that on an upcoming indie comics that I want to review. So they're gonna be part of indie spotlight. So I'll be putting that up soon. I haven't finished all the books of January, so that'll be up soon as well. And uh, gotta finish. Gotta watch Lock and Key. Haven't watched that yet. Gotta watch Ragnarok on Netflix. So I'll give my reviews on that. Um, there was another review I was gotta put. They animated the latest the last Saint Seiya, that 3D Saint Seiya. I want to talk about that because I watched that last week or a week before I finished that both seasons. So I want to talk about that because I'm a huge Saint Seiya uh, Seiya fan. So I want to talk about that. Um, got a couple of opinion spot segments to come up with. Some people are leaving requests in the community post that I put. You know, if you want me to talk about something, you got a topic you want me to request on the opinion spot, just request it. Fine. Next opinion spot will be the list of underrated Black Marvel characters, Marvel heroes in the Marvel universe. I think you guys are gonna like that. You're gonna see some characters you probably heard of, but you never read anything with them. And when I start telling you guys about what they can do, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, damn, that character's pretty good." But yeah, still got a lot of stuff to do. I still got some recorded stuff I'm working on now. But yeah, so if you like what you saw, Don't forget to like, thumbs up, subscribe, buy some of my merch if you like. Got merchandise in my store. You like just me reacting to stuff, go over to my All React channel, Mom Vernon Kid 2. There. I have a video game channel called Mom Vernon Kid Gaming X. You can go over there. And yeah, man. So pretty good there. Pack is still growing, but your alpha thanks you very much as always. We're going to keep striving to get bigger, and hopefully someday you may see your alpha be holding up that plaque of achieving 20K. So we're working on 11K right now, and go from there. But once we get to 20K, you might see me with that plaque that says, "Yeah, I did it." But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. As always, it's Mom Vernon Kid, your alpha, bidding you peace, one love. Stay tuned, keep it real. As always, and one last word, deuces.